thousands of years before the Wright brothers ever took flight. Ancient Indian texts described flying machines that could soar through the skies, cross continents, and even travel between planets, as they were called Vimanas, described in vivid detail. From their engines to their control panels, these mysterious crafts were said to be the vehicles of gods, kings, and celestial warriors. But what if they weren't just mythological metaphors? What if ancient civilizations truly possessed flight technology far beyond their time? Are the Vimanas just legends or lost science? Welcome to Uncharted Enigmas, the channel where we unravel the world's most astonishing mysteries, forgotten histories, and ancient secrets buried beneath time. Today, we journey into the heart of ancient India and the incredible accounts of flying machines found in sacred Sanskrit texts, described in books thousands of years old. These Vimanas were said to fly not just through the skies, but through dimensions. Is this ancient science, extraterrestrial contact, or something even stranger? Let's find out. The word Vimana appears throughout ancient Indian epics. In Sanskrit, it loosely translates to measuring out or traversing, often interpreted as aeroplane or flying chariot. In the Ramayana, one of the oldest and most revered Hindu texts, the demon king Ravana is described as flying a Vimana called the Pushpak. This chariot, originally belonging to the god Kuber, could move according to the will of its rider, was resplendent as the sun and made no sound. It's said to be capable of flight at great altitudes and over vast distances, resembling not just a flying machine, but an intelligent, possibly autonomous aerial vehicle. In the Mahabharata, similar crafts appeared during massive sky battles. Descriptions include sound-based weapons, heat rays, and maneuvering tactics eerily similar to modern dogfights. Some scholars believe these texts are purely mythological. Others argue they're historical records written with the vocabulary of their time, capturing real technologies in metaphorical form. But the mystery deepens with a 20th century document that shook the world of ancient studies. The Vaimanika Shastra. In 1918, a Sanskrit scholar named Pandit Subbaraya Shastri claimed to have psychically received a text through mental channeling, dictating it over several years. The result was the Vaimanika Shastra, a technical manual on Vimanas. It described the construction, design, propulsion systems, pilot training, and even emergency procedures for these flying machines. It detailed 4 major types of Vimanas and over 30 minor types. The texts describe metals like tamogarbha, special heat-tesamic alloys, and propulsion based on mercury and centrifugal forces. In one section, the manual lists the clothing pilots should wear, including electrically resistant fabrics and radiation-shielding materials. Another section describes onboard mirrors used to detect enemy crafts, perhaps an early concept of radar. What's chilling is this: some of the technology described didn't even exist in the 20th century, and some of it still doesn't. The Shastra was later translated into Hindi and English, raising eyebrows in academic circles. Indian authorities even commissioned an analysis in 1974 by the Indian Institute of Science, which concluded the aircraft as described were aeronautically unfeasible. But critics pointed out that even if the designs seemed odd, the presence of such detailed aerospace language in a pre-industrial text was uncanny. And it's not just one source. The Rig Veda, dating back over 3,000 years, contains verses that some interpret as describing crafts moving like the wind and powered by mysterious forces. If this is all metaphor, it's remarkably technical metaphor. Theory 1. Advanced ancient technology. Technological theory suggests that ancient civilizations had achieved a level of technological sophistication that was lost to time. Cataclysmic events, wars, or natural disasters may have wiped out this knowledge. In this view, the Vimanas were real flying machines built by an advanced human civilization, possibly one predating all known history. Proponents point to ancient ruins around the world with unexplained construction precision, as well as other ancient texts, from Sumeria to South America, that describe sky gods, flying vehicles, and aerial battles. Theory 2. Extraterrestrial contact. Another theory? The Vimanas weren't made by humans at all. They were the flying crafts of extraterrestrials. interpreted as gods by ancient people. In the Mahabharata, certain characters are said to descend from the heavens in blazing chariots, using powerful weapons beyond comprehension. Could these be ancient accounts of UFOs? Supporters of the ancient astronaut theory believe the gods described in Hindu texts were alien visitors and Vimanas were their transport. Theory 3. Mythological symbolism. Traditional scholars argue that Vimanas are symbolic, tools to elevate divine figures above ordinary humans. The flights represent spiritual transcendence, not literal aviation. They may caution against interpreting mythology too literally. After all, poetic license was common in ancient texts. Theory 4. Hoax or pseudoscience. Critics of the Vaimanika Shastra claim it's a modern invention, written in the early 20th century during a time of rising Indian nationalism and interest in reclaiming cultural pride. They point out that no such text existed before Shastri's channeling, and the language used in the manuscript doesn't match classical Sanskrit. Still, if it were a hoax, how did it so accurately describe theoretical aerospace concepts unknown to even Western science at the time? So what are we left with? Texts from thousands of years ago that describe flying machines, with mechanics, propulsion, and aerial combat? A document written in 1918 that seems far ahead of its time. Ancient scriptures that reference gods flying through space in glittering crafts. Are we witnessing the remnants of a forgotten chapter of human history? A civilization advanced enough to build aircraft long before recorded history began? Or are we trying too hard to make sense of ancient stories, reading science into symbolism? Why do so many ancient cultures speak of beings descending from the sky in flaming vehicles? Why do their stories echo each other despite oceans and centuries between them? And most haunting of all, if the Vimanas were real, what happened to them? Were they destroyed, hidden, or are they still out there, waiting to be rediscovered? What do you believe? Were the Vimanas divine metaphors, ancient engineering, or evidence of something not from this world? Drop your theory in the comments. We want to hear from you. And if you love exploring the world's most mysterious and forgotten enigmas, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We release new deep dives every week. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, stay uncharted.